could look me in the eye. It's all because of Jesus, he the reason I'm alive. I live by faith, by grace, you know that I ain't gotta strive. They told me, tone it down, I told them.
Yo, what up, guys? I am your family-friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, and this is my friend. That's when you introduce yourself. Hi, I'm Bob the Tomato from VeggieTales. That's when you're supposed to.
That's great. I'm Bob the Tomato, and I'm Larry the Cucumber. And this is the Boat Parade. Thank you guys for liking, commenting, subscribing.
I'm definitely Larry, though, because Larry Boy was lit. Do you remember Larry Boy?
Yeah, he was like Batman. But
He was like Batman, but a cucumber. Look, this is y'all's up-and-coming favorite series that we're doing called
Meet the Boys.
Meet the Boys. You like, bro, you hit the, when you yell, you got to come back. That's like basic mic control.
I know, but I really wanted to be loud.
You got meet we them boys. Like, you got to come back. Look, here's the deal. The Bucs have added a lot of new guys around, and we're going to introduce you to them, basic idea of them. We're very excited about today. We're going to talk about our boy Luke. And
Last week was the first round, or not the first round, but the first pick in the second round, which was Logan Hall. And then now we picked also in the second round, we have Luke Goedeke.
that's
Luke
pronunciation master.
Yes.
Goedeke. I just said go Deke.
It sounds like
think about that though. Go Deke 'em. You know what I mean? Deke. You know, but then I guess that could be misconstrued.
I don't want to comment on anything that you just
Go
said.
Goedeke.
I'm going to hop right into it. So the Bucs traded up with the Bills from 60 to 57 to make sure that they got him. So this is obviously somebody that's important to him.
Right.
At the draft, I love when they do this. Titus O'Neil, who is a WWE superstar. He's like a Tampa legend. He was the one that announced the pick.
So cool.
I actually met Titus O'Neil at Casa Santo Stefano.
What a restaurant.
In Ybor City. I was there. He was there. And super nice guy. Very nice guy. Very like humble, respectful. The two things that I'll say, we got to get that brother some knee replacements because he's just like limping around everywhere. I feel sorry for him. And then two, his hands are massive. I shook his hands and they wrapped around my hand like twice. Titus O'Neil.
On a side note, if you hear my daughter screaming from downstairs, she's not being tortured.
She's okay.
She's very, very well. She's just probably hungry or tired. All my dads out there know what I'm talking about. You probably don't, but if you're a cool dad, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so
if you're a cool dad, your daughter screams at you.
That's
according to Ryan O'Connor, quote, he said it. We're going to record it. It's right there. So our buddy Luke, he's 6'5", 312 pounds is what he weighed in at the combine. Luke Goedeke, he grew up in Whitelaw, Wisconsin, and he attended Valders High School. In high school, he actually played tight end. He was kind of tall and lanky, how a lot of tight ends are in high school. So that's what he played. He didn't play offensive line, which is what he is. And so what he was drafted for. I hadn't said that yet, so I figured I'd let you guys know. Well, he's an offensive lineman.
Yeah.
So when he was in high school, he almost gave up football entirely because he hurt his shoulder. But he persevered, went through it. He actually played college football his first year for a very tiny school, D3 school in Wisconsin, played tight end, and then said, you know what, I'm going to transfer. So he transferred to Central Michigan, shout out Chippewas, and then he redshirted his first year there. They put a bunch of weight on him. He really filled into his frame, and then he started playing the next year after that. And then ultimately his redshirt junior year is he went all-conference MAC.
Wow.
And played really well and did a lot of impressive things. The dude, he plays angry, and I like that.
Yeah, I always wonder, like, I know anger is a great tool in the hands of a sports player on the field. I just wonder where the source of that comes from, because even if I wanted to get angry and, like, go hit somebody, I just don't have it in me. I just don't have, like, I can't. Like you played, I know you obviously got aggressive because you told me stories about sitting underneath a pile of, like, three dudes.
Okay. We don't talk about it.
All right. We don't talk about Bruno.
I'm a different person. And that song, shout out.
My point is...
So he's an incredibly aggressive player. Man, when you feel aggressive and you hit people in the sport of football, it's amazing.
It feels good, huh?
Yeah.
Because
I'm not a violent person. Like, I would rather not be confrontational. I will if I need to, I guess.
You know the difference between a fullback and a halfback?
I can't wait to hear what you say.
A fullback wants to hit people. A halfback wants to pop out and run the heck away from everybody. And that was me.
One of my favorite things on the internet is the videos where it's showing like Oklahoma drills or different drills that we used to do as little kids.
Yeah.
And then it's like the captions like the drill that created more basketball players than anything else.
See, I know. Listen, so this is a fun little story. So when I played,
Luke, we'll get back to you in a second, buddy. We love the Goedeke family. We have to talk about
we have to
football
talk
real
about
quick.
this real quick. No, but check this out. 9th grade basketball. I was playing on my freshman B team, 9th grade basketball, and I was lit. Okay. Now,
We're talking about Oklahoma drills on football, and we just went middle school basketball.
No, because it's the inverse of what you're talking about. You said Oklahoma drill makes basketball players. Well, I was playing basketball, and the coach came to me and told me, we think you should go for football this year.
But how many football games did you play in?
Probably like 4.
So irrelevant. I love you, though.
You know, people actually do want to know about us, too. You know what I mean? Like,
I know.
Luke Goedeke is important, but this is the boat parade, and I was sharing a boat parade family story about how I was a loser, then I became a football loser, and then I left high school.
Maybe don't have Ryan be your role model.
I was squatting like 305.
Oh, my gosh.
Look, I was squatting like 305. That's how I tore my knees, and that's what ended my football career. So, Luke, I understand your shoulder injury almost took you out. My knees almost took me out. I had 2 surgeries. It was terrible.
I power cleaned 305, like multiple times.
Can I be honest with you?
You can go ahead, buddy.
That power clean.
All right, you were very honest.
I power clean like 65 pounds.
I want to give you the Goedeke draft overview. So they do a really weird thing in the NFL. I don't know why they do this, but they do. They give you a draft score out of 8, and if you get an 8, you're like football Jesus.
Where
apparently.
did that come from?
I don't know. That's just what they do. They do the draft thing. But out of 8, he got a 6.26 as his draft grade, which means he should receive significant playing time as an NFL athlete. It's what this said on the thing on the draft board.
6.26
out of 8.
What is that out of 10?
I didn't do the math.
Can we invent like a calculator for normal people who think on a scale of 10 so that we can figure out how good these guys are out of 10?
So if you took the number and then you divided it by 4, you would have what? 2? You multiply that times 5? And you took it down to the denominator, then you went back up to 10? Is that how that works?
No, because then the math you just did, not only was it terrible, but it led to a 10 out of 10. But I like that kind of math.
I like 10s out of 10s.
Look, Luke Goedeke, apparently, according to our scale, you're a 10 out of 10 in this year's draft. You're going to see a lot of playing time, and we're excited to see you at some of these games.
Here's what the draft people said about him. He's a tight end turned tackle, so he's incredibly athletic in being able to do that. But he'll probably, even though he played tackle in college, he'll probably play guard because of a lack of length. Even though he's 6'5", he has short arms, I guess. And from having short arms myself and experience with football, it's hard.
It's called the T-Rex
Whenever
syndrome.
somebody has long arms and they're able to really get distance between you and then you can't grab them back, it's tough. So I'll probably play a lot of guard, but he'll be good on the interior offensive line for us, getting to learn from those other guys around him. He says that he's a rancorous run blocker with a talent for rooting opponents off the spot. I'm just going to keep going and let you do it. You know what it reminds me of? From the squirrel from Ice Age is like what you're doing right now. Over here with your hands. That's what it looks like out of the corner of my eye.
Well, squirrels have short arms, so I guess that's fine as long as it's something. I'm glad you didn't say like an octopus because that would be the polar opposite of what I'm going for.
Goedeke is a rancorous run blocker with a talent for rooting opponents off the spot. He has a high above average technique and frequently sustains and finishes the block like an NFL veteran.
Wow. Who
verbatim
wrote that?
From the scouting report, the NFL wrote that.
Wow. These guys are like really I don't know what that's about. Like a veteran. Jeez, I'm excited to see Goedeke.
Then they go over he has a great frame, but obviously shorter arms. He had a strong 2021 season going against modest competition. Obviously, he played in the MAC, coming from Central Michigan. But his strengths profile well as a good starter. With the ability to make an impact sooner rather than later, I think that you probably will see him, injury permitting, he'll probably do a couple of starts in this season.
I love that last line that they put in the report. With the ability to make an impact sooner rather than later. That's exactly what you want when
That's
you're getting
promising.
a draft.
That's why the Bucs traded with the Bills to move up 3 slots to make sure that somebody else didn't get him. That shows you really want a guy. They're invested into this guy.
Yeah.
Dude's a savage, likes finishing his run blocks. I love that. Dude's a beast. And finishing his blocks like an NFL veteran.
What a compliment. I mean, my gosh, Luke.
Luke, when you see this, not if, when you see this, just go ahead and like find that report and just like put that on your locker. Unless you're the kind of guy that gets motivated by negative things. Then go get the bad stuff.
You freaking suck, bro.
Then listen to
I don't
Ryan.
even think you're going to make it.
Go be a savage this year from that motivation right there. Thank you guys for listening to the Boat Parade. This was Meet the Boys Part 2.
Meet the Boys.
We're scatterbrained.
Luke
It's
Goedeke.
awesome. The Lightning play tonight when we're recording this, so we're excited.
Not to say that Luke's not important, but the Lightning play the Rangers tonight. So check out that
Peace.
video too. Peace.
You know you could look me in the eye. It's all because of Jesus. He the reason I'm alive. I live by faith, by grace. You know that I ain't gotta strive. They told me tone it down.